Okay, Craig, in the advice that you give to companies, what are the very common pain points that you find that lend themselves ideally toward case management solutions?
If you look across all the companies I talk to on case management, which are quite a few, and they cross all industries, so pharmaceutical, oil and gas, most in financial services, insurance companies within that, investment management within that, the common problem that they're trying to get to is, how do I give the right balance of control and process structure to my workers? How do I make that worker feel good about coming into work and not just feel like they're sort of a robotic unit on some assembly line that's dealing with some task? You know, it's very important to have the right attitude for your workers. It's been proven over and over again that positive attitudes create good behavior at work and satisfied customers. So, you know, a pain point is, how do I achieve that balance? You know, how do I want to, I want to drive them through certain processes, perhaps in a very structured way due to compliance. And by the way, compliance continues to be a huge pain point, and it's getting worse for companies. So when you look at compliance reporting, it's a mess at companies. They don't know how to meet the deadlines that they're continually to loom. There's a very strong emphasis on transparency in financial operations. They don't know, they sort of know how to do it in the older ways that were more paper-based and analog-based. So they have a very rigid type of compliance reporting. But now, with the explosion in multi-channel and the explosion in the age of the customer, the new products and services are accelerating at such a rate. How do they achieve compliance in a very positive way? And case management, with all its good reporting and its ability to produce output and to produce process, is one way of looking at that. So you have a compliance pain point that's definitely strong. You have this balance issue. So I want to drive the worker through a very structured set of tasks at certain points, but I want that user to be able to make runtime decisions. I want to reassign this case to someone else. I want to spend some time searching for information. I want to have all of the activities that I've done in the past 10 days, I want to have that made automatically into a aggregated capability that just becomes a feature on my case management user view. I want to be able to create a mini process that I can send to Jake or to Bill to complete on a particular task. That's what we think of as runtime flexibility. And that balance is difficult to achieve. You also have the pain point of so many different information platforms at these companies, so many applications to access, that it becomes a swivel chair type approach for many workers. So cases being used to smooth over, where you have multiple applications. So for example, if you're in a packaged application for 90% of the time, use the workflow tools within that application. That's probably the right solution. But if your information worker is accessing multiple diverse applications, then you want a solution layer, a point of entry that is really good at accessing that information, knows what to do with it, can create kind of a metadata layer to be able to visualize the data and provide it in new contextual ways.